Hello and welcome to Horror and Monster Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at this life-size Pinhead bust from an Etsy shop called Hammond Sculpt. So let's go ahead and spin it around and take a closer look. So Hammond Sculpt is a shop that is out of Canada. Jason is a fairly young guy and he is doing some great work though. Obviously this Pinhead bust I like a lot. He also does like a great Barlow and a great bust from the movie Zombie. He does the sculpt and paint work, pretty much everything himself. You can see all the mottling that he has through here is really well done. Now on this bust, I asked him to give me gold pins, which he did at no extra charge. And there are places where you can definitely see Doug in the sculpt, and then there's other angles where it's not so much. It looks a little off. And I can't really place what looks off about it, but it doesn't look like Doug from every angle. There is a place here where he missed paint, and even like on the gold pins, it's kind of sporadic. The coverage of the gold is not that well done. But again, that was just an extra. Although, had it not been fully done, I would have just painted and inserted the pins myself, had I known that. But I'm not going to beat him up about that because, again, that was an extra and he did not charge me for that. He was kind enough to just go ahead and do that. But I may just pull them back out and repaint them. But I really like the sculpt. I really like how he's got the pulled flesh from the hooks. It all looks really well done. Come down here through the base. Now there's not really much going on here on the base. It's basically just black, although it's not picking up on video. There is some purple tones on it. Now the curious thing about the base is, one thing I don't like about it is it's not complete. It's hollow up underneath here and it doesn't sit right. As you guys can see, like I had to rig a piece of foam here up underneath the shoulders to get the sculpt to sit level, or what I felt like was level. The way it comes, it just kind of sits on its own underneath here, and it leans back a lot, which we'll take a look at in a second. I'll show you underneath here. But I wish I didn't have to make a foam stand to get it to sit level. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, here is the underside of the bust, and it is number 6, signed by him. Now, I added this black on here because it was just white and the edges weren't completely painted, so it looked incomplete when it was sitting upright. So I just shot some black paint just to darken up the edges so none of the white was showing when it was standing up, which I'll explain to you about the way it stands here in a second. I'll get this guy. So this is the way it stands on its own. It just kind of rests, and I feel like it just seems kind of incomplete. Maybe it's just me, but I'm not terribly thrilled with that. And then also the way he's looking. Let me get it situated better. Okay, so now hopefully you guys can kind of better see what I'm talking about. he's just kind of like looking up. You figure like this is level, and it makes for a weird display. I prefer to have him looking straight. I guess on some displays it would look okay if he was sitting like that, but it just kind of looks odd that he is looking up in such a way. It wouldn't be my first choice, but it was easily fixable. And here is the cut foam that I did to kind of set him where he's level. I'm showing you this, guys, just in case you get him and you want to do the same thing, basically what I cut out. And really the main reason, it's not really a complaint. He never really shows the bottom of the base or how the sculpt is sitting. So that's on me for not asking. I would have preferred something, again, more level, but that's not his fault. If you guys are wanting to know about size, he is about 17 inches wide, about 17 inches tall to the top of the pins. And as far as depth, he is about 12 inches deep. I kind of also really wish that the sculpt had ended within about 14.5 inches if it was a little shorter here, just because I'm a detolf guy, and I think I would have preferred it being in a detolf. I like to try to get whatever sculpts I can in detolfs as far as dust protection and lighting, and this would have been a perfect candidate for that because it's lightweight, but the shoulders are just a little too wide. All right, guys, so that's about all there is to go over on this piece. Now, this is about $400 or so. I think that he may have recently raised his prices, but for what you get, I still think it's a good value, even though there is some paint issues here and there on mine. It's nothing that I can't fix myself, though. He was very easy to work with. He's very responsive. I typically contact him through his Instagram account, but he is also responsive on his Etsy account. I think he's backlogged with orders currently. Again, like he does these other sculpts as well, and they look great. But I wanted to just order Pinhead to see the quality for myself. He does also a Chatterer that's a new piece, and I have not ordered that. I'm kind of on the fence on ordering that. I kind of want to just spend some more time with this Pinhead and decide if I want a Chatterer bust to complement it. I am still on the fence about the way that they're finished out underneath, though. And I'm unsure about how he plans to finish out Chatterer. I would probably ask him before you order. But again, if you want to change up the angle that he's resting at, you can cut up some foam like I did and kind of set him at whatever angle you wish to display. And it kind of also depends on the height of the shelf that you have him placed on, about where he's looking. I will leave you guys with some studio shots. As always, feel free to leave any questions or comments and I'll be happy to answer them. And feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.